Day 3 of training camp, and we got some good news in today's video. What is up, fans? Day 3 of training camp is in the books. Miami Dolphins took the field, played some football. I think they have off tomorrow and then open to the public, which means play-by-plays, which means videos, which means all that great stuff. And you get to see with your own eyeballs Miami Dolphins practicing. So we're getting very, very close. And then a week, 2 weeks from today, the Miami Dolphins take on the Atlanta Falcons, and I will be live streaming that game. We get to see some football. This is the last week for no football because on August 1st, it is the Hall of Fame game. So football is almost here. I'm so excited. Real quick, before we jump into all this stuff, I have to shout out today's sponsor, and that is Clean the World. Clean the World is a fantastic organization founded by Sean Seipler, who went out and thought of doing something incredibly honorable, incredibly thoughtful, and it's just, I can't be more encouraging and happy for what he did. Essentially, he noticed that while in hotels, you use that bar soap and you never use the whole thing, and then the hotels just throw it out. Well, he contacted the hotels and was like, hey, let me take it, let me melt it down, clean it, repurpose it, and let me give it to people that need it. And he puts these kits together with the soap in it, toothpaste, hand wipes, shampoo, toothbrush, socks, and he gives it to people that need it. Third world countries, victims of natural disasters, the homeless. He also gives them shower stations, all this great stuff. Check it out. Link is in the description, cleantheworld.org. Fantastic, fantastic stuff. So we're going to jump into this, and starts off with Mike McDaniel saying Tua will do football things today. Spoiler, he practiced the entire day. Tua did 11 on 11s. Tua did a full day of practice. And we give you another spoiler. The offense dominated the defense. And I'm going to talk more about that and also something else from yesterday afterwards. Mike McDaniel said he is resting his mature veterans now so that when injuries do begin to decimate units, those veterans who are working will have fresh legs. He said this isn't his plan. It was a plan brought to him like by sports science. Again, he is a sports science type of person. It wasn't charity to give him that orange jersey, Emmanuel Ogbah. It was one of, if not the best practices I've seen from him since I've been here. Emmanuel Ogbah is probably going to feast off the fact that he's his new defensive coordinator, and I feel like his struggles last year had a lot to do with he didn't fit in Fangio's system. McDaniel claims Emmanuel Ogbah's orange jersey is the first training camp day wasn't charity. I actually thought Thursday's practice was better than Wednesday's too. That was from Omar Kelly. McDaniel said Odell Beckham Jr. Injury isn't recent. It's something he's dealing with, and the Dolphins are trying to prevent setbacks. They're being cautious. Again, he talks about wanting these vets later on in the season. Makes sense. Devon Achane has expanded roles in different ways he can get the ball. Diet strength. He has a taste of success, and he wants more. I am very excited to see what we're going to get out of Devon Achane. I'm very excited. Mike McDaniel cited mental reps for Tua Tagovailoa even when not participating as contract talks continues as beneficial. Former Jaguars free agent linebacker and former Miami Hurricane Shaq Quarterman is working it out today with the Miami Dolphins. Will he sign? I don't know. What else do I got for you? That's it. That's all I got for you when it comes to Mike McDaniel's presser. Let me give you on the field stuff. Tua had a ton of wow throws, including a 70-yard touchdown to Tyreek Hill, where the play fake got Ramsey to bite. They had a laugh together after where Ramsey did the play fake motion. So essentially Ramsey was like, you got me, blah, 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 laughing about it. Tyreek also scored a catch and run 20 to 25-yard air yards where Tua threw a keyhole football between tight coverage and Reek sprung from the score. Achane caught a ball on a similar throw, almost produced a long touchdown catch and throw. Craig Kraft had a 65-yard touchdown on a long ball from Tua. Craig Kraft also caught a long touchdown from Skyler on a 50-50 ball where Craig Kraft played it beautifully, hauled it in over the shoulder and scored. Malik Washington made a fully extended catch from Skylar Thompson, stayed on his feet and went into the end zone. Not sure it goes that way live, but impressive catch nonetheless. The rookie also produced explosive. The run game, also produced explosive. Jeff Wilson weaved his off block of Aaron Brewer with a nifty cut at the second level to spring him to daylight. You're going to probably hear that a lot because Aaron Brewer is a very good run blocking center. Achane had his daily home run and gosh, the way he runs away from guys. Savon Ahmed got in on the fun play with a play side presentation, backside cut, and a big lane open by the rookie Patrick Paul. Speaking of Patrick Paul, thought he looked really patient, comfortable in his pass set in one-on-ones. Kamara tried to stab inside, crossover outside, and nobody is quicker with that move, but Paul got to the arc and shut it down. Kamara spun back inside and Paul redirected him and finished, put him on the turf. Impressive patience, punch, and change of direction. Had a rep against Chop in a team where he dropped the anchor and completely ended the rep. Impressive day for 52. Love hearing that. Jonnu Smith seems like a problem to me. He's physical. His physicality, the way he runs, Fish Tank is here and said that does not look like a tight end. I agree. Him and Holland have some really fun battles. I'm so excited to see what Jonnu Smith can do. There was some exchanges, there's timing issues, a couple of failed exchanges, and some false starts throughout these big plays. This is stuff that you work through and get it out of your system for training camp. Jordan Poyer with dominant one-on-one stayed on top of some jerk/pivot routes and was there for pass breakups on tight ends. Jordan Brooks had the most impressive coverage reps, staying step for step with Achane on an out break. Jordan Brooks is a guy, if you go back and watch his film with Seattle, he had plays where he was shutting down Cooper Kupp. He's got that speed where he can drop back into coverage and follow these receivers. He's going to be dangerous for us. Jalen Wright got Brooks, however, on a double move. Brooks came back in team with a blitz/sack on Tua. Calais Campbell got his first practice sack as a Finn, work bull rush against Austin Jackson. Chop also got on Mike White off of play action. Chop closed the corner immediately and tagged off. Cam Brown stacked up a couple of runs late in the team period. Tart and Kamara both got pass rush wins for sacks on Skylar Thompson. Let's see if I got anything else for you, gentlemen. Let's go into this one. The Dolphins executed the quarterback contract negotiation fake perfectly on Friday. Regrettably, it looks like it likely won't work in a game. In the 11-on-11 situations, we had the 70-yard touchdown. The defense clearly didn't expect Tua to throw, but that man's got an arm, and he made it. During the first training camp practice on Wednesday, he threw on 7-on-7 drills, but only took 2 on 11-on-11 snaps, which were both handoffs on Thursday. He didn't participate in any drills, but today he participated in all of them. But on Friday, full participant and several throws on 11-on-11. Earlier in practice, Tua hit Craig Kraft 25-yard reception. I already talked about these. I'm trying to see any that today top standout of offensive line versus defensive line one-on-ones on Friday was outside linebacker Quentin Bell, who won most of his reps, which explains why he's getting a predominant role on defense. I'm excited to see that. Defensive tackle Isaiah Mack pushed second round left tackle Paul out of the way to stop Jalen Wright in the backfield. Paul then committed a false start on his next snap. This is his second day of committing false starts. That's something the Dolphins made an effort to clean up last year. Yeah, but again, it's the early part of training camp, so these are things you work on. Manuel Ogba had a nice tackle at the line of scrimmage, continue his good work. Later, he flushed Tua out of the pocket. Grayson Murphy had a sack against Keon Smith. Raheem Mostert didn't practice. David Long on a physically unable to perform list had sleeve on his left leg. Tariq joined practice for 7-on-7s after missing the first period of practice. It's again resting the vets. There's a huge difference between how Chop and the rest of Miami's edge rushers move. The second best mover is Bell, who played receiver in college. However, there's some concern about Chop's run blocking. During 11-on-11 drills, tight end Tanner Connor put Robinson on a meter rail block, moving him far out away from the left side run. So that's something he's got to work on. Definitely during one-on-ones, which was the first time Miami did that all week, the defenders held their own with a few exceptions. Receiver Anthony Schwartz delivered an impressive showcase of his speed in one-on-ones. He roasted former Bills corner Siren Neal on reception. Eric Uzukoma ran the wrong route for Tua and then failed to bring in a ball from Mike White on back-to-back reps when Azukama ran the wrong route. Tua threw up his arms in confusion. That ain't good, Eric. You gotta do a little bit better there. Rookie Syracuse corner Isaiah Johnson jammed new receiver Keurig McGowan out of bounds, showcasing his impressive physicality. Cornerback Nick Needham tipped a Gavin Hardison pass in the air, but Anthony Walker dropped the potential interception. Kendall Fuller had a good day as well. Linebacker Walker wore the yellow jersey given to the standout player. I think he meant orange jersey. In previous days, Walker missed an hour of practice before returning. With Long on the pup, the Dolphins have 6 inside linebackers available, being Walker, Jordan Brooks, Duke Riley, Channing Tindall, Cam Brown, and Zeke Vanderberg. Former Miami Hurricane Shaq Quarterman was there. Craycraft caught a touchdown from Thompson at the end of practice, but beating Neal, who claimed Craycraft pushed off him. The referees didn't agree. I love that. Absolutely love that. Anthony Walker, now here you got some player press conferences. Anthony Walker said his early absence from practice today was a load management situation. Again, you're going to see that with these guys, and I'm not against it. Coach McDaniel loves speed, and I feel I bring a lot of it. Those guys can't play 90 plays. That was from Anthony Schwartz. I think Ethan Bonner, me, Achane, and Tyreek Waddle, then Raheem Mostert if he still got it. Anthony Schwartz on who's the fastest Dolphin. Ethan Bonner's on there. That corner. I have the top speed in the offense, but I have to prove it against training camp. We got so much speed on this offense. It's going to be ridiculous. Dolphins cornerback Kendall Fuller says Tua Tagovailoa is impressive. Absolutely love it. And that is what I got for you for today's training camp. Dolphins bounced back, and I'm very excited for that. Offense was dominant, bounced back. You noticed the difference though. Yesterday, go back to yesterday, interceptions, and the defense was dominant, sack after sack after sack after sack, and all of these things. And then Tua comes in, and this is just more of a reason why Tua's like, yeah, this is why my guys want me to get this type of contract. And it's setting a pace for him. Okay, I did a little work first day. I sat out the second day. The third day I played full practice, and look how the offense dominates. Throwing long touchdowns, not only to Tyreek Hill, but to River Craycraft, to Devon Achane. Like, I'm passing the ball all around. I'm doing things, this, and that. Pay me. Again, people don't want to. Some people do. Some people think in the middle. But this offense runs different with Tua. And we saw it from yesterday to today. But I am still happy with the fact that this was the offense got the upper hand today, which I'm glad. It wasn't 3 straight days of defensive dominance. But I'm very happy with that. Today was kind of even keeled. We had some sacks on the defensive side. We have some good plays on the defensive side, pass breakups. I even like that Jalen Ramsey kind of joked about the fact that he bit on a move and he was like laughing about it. But we also had big plays, whether with Brewer making some nice run blocks, Patrick Paul having some struggles, but also having some good run pass blocking drills. You know, it was a good even day back and forth. And that's what you want to see when it comes to training camp. You don't want to see constant domination by one side. It makes you uneasy. But overall, you know, Tua coming back and playing a full practice and making plays left and right. I'm telling you, to me, and you have people out there who think Skylar Thompson or Mike White, have them start and we'll win the same amount of games. To those people who think that, I don't know what you see. I disagree 1000%. I think your best option to win games and to get anywhere is with Tua Tagovailoa. Now, I'm not saying Tua Tagovailoa is the only quarterback in the NFL, but on this team right now, and the only options we have, Tua is the only quarterback that can get us wins, that has a chance to win the division and do something. I don't think Mike White or Skylar Thompson can. And you saw that yesterday with the amount of interceptions and everything, even the day before, that these guys were throwing, whereas Tua comes in and starts throwing bombs. One last thing I want to address before we get out of here was this video here from Mike White.
Trust. Like, I need to take the receivers trusting us. That is the name of this offense, is trust. Like, I need to take the receivers trusting us to take our correct footwork, throw it on the correct timing in the correct spot to, one, not get them killed, and two, get the ball in the right space so they can carry it in the yak that Mike always talks about. And then it also goes to them too. We need to trust them that they're going to run the right route. They're going to cross face when we're expecting to cross face. And the countless reps you see Tua throw right at a guy that if you paused it looked, oh, that's for sure going to be a pick. And then there's Jalen or there's Tyreek crossing face and catching it. So it's impressive by everyone involved. And it's so minute, and it's like they make it look so easy when, if you're around it, all the hard work that goes into it.
So people are trying to turn that into C2 as a spot thrower, and they're not listening to what he's actually saying. What they're hearing is, we throw it to the spot, or you would think that when Tua throws it, it's going to be an interception, and then there goes Waddle, or there goes Tyreek crossing face, and all they hear is spot thrower. I knew it. See? Spot thrower, spot thrower, spot thrower. Not actually listening to what Mike White said about timing, about anticipation, and throwing it to the spot. Certain routes, and it like boggles my mind that like pros, Hall of Famers, Brian Balding, or all these guys come out and talk about it, and people are like, they don't know what they're talking about. I know more about football than these guys do. It just boggles my mind how people don't realize how you throw routes. If I'm going to throw a post route, or if I'm going to throw a corner route, or if I'm going to throw a crosser, a drag, or any of these things, you want the ball to be there when the receiver turns their head. You want the ball to be there when the receiver breaks on the post. You don't want the receiver have to stop and then wait for it and then catch it, because that's when interceptions happen. That's when the defense breaks on the ball. What he is talking about is essentially a crossing route where your receiver is going to be there, so you throw it and the defender thinks, oh, I got this, and then boom, there goes the receiver. It's about anticipation, it's about accuracy, and it's about timing. So yes, there's certain plays you throw it to a spot. If it's a go route, you're not going to throw it so your receiver has to come back to the ball and catch it. You want to throw it to the spot he's going to be, and hope, like Mike White says, hope that the receiver doesn't get bumped, doesn't get grabbed, doesn't get his cleats tangled up and fall. You are throwing it up to a spot and hoping he is there. That's what quarterbacks why do I have to explain this to some people? This is football 101. Certain routes you throw to a spot, and then you hope that your receiver is there. That's the football. Like, why is that something that has to be explained for people to not be like, who's a spot? See, to a spot thrower. On that post route, he threw it to a spot, and then Jalen Waddle took it the rest of the way for a touchdown. That's a spot throw. That's football. That's being a good quarterback. That's something 32 quarterbacks in the NFL do. It just boggles my mind. It just boggles my mind. But that's today's practice. Bounce back day by the offense. Tua playing a full day. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I think they have off tomorrow. So if they have off tomorrow, no video tomorrow, but obviously a video on Sunday. First camp bump to you guys. If they do have camp tomorrow, then you get a video. Well, not like usual. Stay classy. Offense up.